representing the United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, welcome back to the third game of today, and it is Sweden versus the United States of America. On the men's side, United States in blue, Sweden in white, and we will see what Sweden can bring and what the US can hold against the Swedish team. US yesterday certainly a bit of an upset win, I would say, over the Australians, who were favored by quite a lot of people, having showed up so well in this tournament. But the US men certainly no pushovers, so now they're playing for 5th and 6th against the Swedish team that certainly hoped to go top 4 in this tournament. Had a tough game against Denmark, showed up, lost 1-0 in overtime, and now we'll see what Sweden will bring in this game against the United States of America. Now Sweden, Bergholtz moving out, pass downward, oh, ball dropped. Säckström moving forward. Säckström going in. Möller, Bergholtz.
Oh, and goal
and
for the Swedish.
There we go, Sweden with an excellent fast break. Säckström, Bergholtz moving in, followed up by 2 more players. Möller, Bergholtz, experience, goal.
That was a quick counter-attack by the Swedish.
Yes.
Let's remember the last game for the Americans. They won against Australia 1-0.
Yeah, they won against Australia 1-0, having a very good fast break, and now I think they will feel the Swedish wrath after Sweden lost, just to Denmark. Sweden played 8-0 against Austria in the last game, so I think the game here, US versus Sweden, will be quite a bit similar than the game against Austria. We'll see how much progress they can have onto the Swedish goal. Good effort there by the US, trying to move the ball in, but with the Swedish forwards just going in so hard. But yeah, USA bringing some action. Galliano, captain, showing up for his team here during this World Cup quite a lot. Gustav is not even in the game, guys. Sorry to disappoint. Or is Gustav? Oh no, Carl Falk is out. Karolin's in, sorry. Saw some players standing outside. But yes, number 4 from Sweden, Bergholtz, surely is one of their best and most experienced players. Veteran firefighter from Trelleborg. Wow, as you can see, fast swimming, Mortensson. He's done so much for this team during this tournament, always creating space.
The Americans still the ball in the middle of the pool. The Swedish coming after a comfortable win against Austria, 8-0.
US showing off well, bringing the ball back in against Swedish basket. Showing up, certainly showing that they will be going forward here against the Swedish team, locking them up above their own basket. Sweden going for them on the surface, ball drop it down. Pass to the left, Bergholtz keeps pass forward. Poltrugach moving, and Mortensson again, dropped. Säckström. Oh, good effort. Ball punched out of the hands of Mortensson. Moving in, Martinsson on the other side of the basket, trying to move in from above. Goalkeeper in place, locked up by the US, pushed upwards, and we can see the US back with their tactics, quite often having 2 players on his basket, but good effort now. Beckenholz moving in, trying to pitch the ball into the middle. Ball's basket stolen away, called by the ref. Pushing?
Holding the
Yeah, he's
basket.
pushing.
Pushing.
Swedish player of the basket pushed himself away a little bit to open up some space. You're not allowed to do that if the goalkeeper is straight behind you.
We have a free throw for the Americans.
Free throw, USA. Good effort by Sweden, recovering the ball immediately. Came in from behind. See those Martinsson. Pass back. Double pass left and right. Nilsson to the left, trying to move in. Keeps forward, going in. Good effort by Nilsson. I think the Swedish dilemma is losing cold and semifinals, but all right, moving in. Sweden trying to pack a punch at the goal. We've seen Johansson a couple of times coming in from the side and just punching the ball through at the neck of the goalkeeper.
The Swedish succeeding to keep the ball after attacking. They are producing several
Good
attacking
effort.
waves.
Goalkeeper though in position. You can see time and time again 2 defenders around the US
And
basket.
this time the Americans stole the ball.
USA now regaining possession of the ball. Ball by the ref. Holding by Sweden and ball back into the hands of United States.
Free throw for the Americans.
Timeout by the United States. One minute of breathing room for the US. See what the USA can bring. By the way, Victor, did you have home office the entire week, or did you take a week of vacation to appear in the chat? Home office. Ah yes, the entire underwater rugby community on home office this week. Big shout out to everybody watching the games, cheering for the teams, keeping the entertainment factor also high for us here at the commentator booth. At some point, I have to go to the Swedish team and ask if there is actually an Erik Stadius playing for them, or he's just not here. Is he on the list and he's a running gag for Sweden? I'm not sure I've seen number 31 playing or having bought this game. But there are two guys, Anton and Erik and Erik Stadius. So, all right. Free throw for the United States. USA moving in. Coming in from the right. Basket stolen away, but Sweden already back in possession. Degenholtz moving forward.
Quick offensive by the Swedish.
Sweden
Finding
coming in.
the American basket only with one goalie.
Pass to the bottom. Recovered. Degenholtz still going. Good effort by the defender. Niklas Riomana keeping it. Oh, tried to toss it in, but Sweden 7.5 minutes played. One up against the United States.
Two Swedish attacking the ball. And building up the attack.
Oh, dropped behind all of them. Didn't see the ball fall back. Call.
Yeah, attack to the equipment by the Americans.
Yeah,
Free throw against the Americans.
Well, an excellent job so far from the United States defending against the Swedish onslaught on their basket. Sweden really well done, keeping the ball in their team even after going in. There you go, Joachim Persson. There's your brother, cousin, uncle, Mattias Persson, recovering the ball for Sweden. Now coming in from above. Picked up by Jops. Has to pass backwards. And now Persson coming in. Persson doesn't have player to pass to. Erik Sörstadius, there he is, number 31. Waiting to get the ball. Oh, good effort. Underneath the goalie, but dragged up a little bit. Basket open, cannot toss the ball in. Recovered by the United States, locked up in front of the basket. Goalie back in position. Back into Swedish hands. Will he move immediately? Yes, will move in immediately again, or at least try to. Waiting, lurking. Westerlin backwards. Persson. More Swedish supporters here in the chat, even though it's in the time zone of the US. Forsberg waiting to the right. Didn't take up position to now. Still waiting, pass. Ooh, good effort by the defender recovering the ball. Noticing player coming in and going over.
Very good at recovering the ball.
Still able to pass. Persson moving in. Tries to rip up the defender. Can't pass into the corner. Defender still going.
Good opportunity by the Swedish.
Oh, handed back and forth. It's so well played by the US, keeping this game open. Just one score up for Sweden. Yes, the USA is doing a really good job defending against Sweden. Called by the refs. I think quite a bit of surprise for a lot of people that the US is holding up so well in this tournament so far. So they certainly have upped their game. Brought some new players compared to the last World Championship. Left some old veterans at home, brought some younger guys in. Can see a lot of names that sound a bit Colombian.
Yeah, there are many Colombian players playing for the American team.
Saw this at the last Champions Cup as well. Brought in an entirely new team, which showed up already. And certainly their tactic of having two defenders underneath the basket has helped them out immensely during this tournament, where most teams opt for one defender. But now coming in, Nilsson going for the basket, tries to go under, pass. Sekström receives it back to the right. Two players to the right. Bagenholz and Sekström moving. Defender hands.
Pushing the ball.
Oh,
And
Bagenholz.
the basket is open and
Still defended. Can he bring the ball back in? Moves away from the basket. Recovered by the US. Good effort.
Good effort by the Americans defending that ball.
That was surely close. And now fast break opportunity for Sweden. Oh, ball. Oh, so close.
And there was a hole in there.
It was surely a holding as well, and we'll see if there's a 2-minute penalty or a penalty even called on to them.
That was a holding for sure.
Let's see the player move
Oh,
in.
if there's a penalty, this is going to
Pass
be very
to the
interesting.
middle.
Look. Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
there's
sure.
a penalty
Yes.
called. This might actually be a 2-minute penalty in addition to a penalty.
Oh, it's a free throw.
Timeout
Oh my God.
by Sweden. That was very, very close. The ball reaching the basket, bouncing on the rim once, but bouncing off to the left. And
I
yes,
actually find it clever by Matteo, the American player, throwing the ball and creating that foul, the holding.
and yes, quite often if there's a scoring opportunity like the last one for Sweden, where a lot of players come forward just trying to bring the last punch, push the ball into the basket. The defenders move forward as well, and then you're open for a counter-attack, and the USA noticing this and moving forward, seizing this opportunity. And now there's a penalty for the United States to equalize. Basketball. Founders of underwater rugby might have intended it to be a bit like underwater basketball. We certainly made a different game out of it today. Where is that the American meme by Daniel Bourne? I'm not sure. We'll see.
What do you think they are discussing? Are they discussing if there is a penalty?
I think they're discussing their options in terms of 2-minute penalty. He was driving in on the basket. He was held back. It could be 2-minute penalty in addition to a penalty, and the 2-minute penalty, because the foul was issued at the same time as the 2-minute penalty, will be executed after the penalty as well. So Sweden might be in an overtime. In addition,
In a very good position after the penalty if they score.
so we will see who will come in to defend for Sweden. Sweden took a timeout. Haven't seen Sweden defend a penalty yet in this tournament, so it will be interesting. Who will they bring? Bagenholz, certainly one of the contenders. I think Matteo Galliano might certainly be one of the candidates taking it for the United States. The captain playing so well during this tournament. Shout out to him. Also birthday during this week, so he certainly gifted himself a little bit during this tournament, beating the Australians and now coming here to play for fifth.
It's a free throw for.
So it's a free throw and a 2-minute penalty most likely. Let's see. There's not even a 2-minute penalty.
Wow.
Just a free throw. Maybe there was advantage given because the ball was flying over the basket. So this resulting in just a free throw is surely a bit disappointing. But then again, there's a certain gray area if you are passing the ball forward and there is no player there to receive the ball. It is issued as a pass to yourself, and you are being allowed. So there's a bit of a fringe case when you're being held during that time.
Okay.
So we are working in the rule gray areas at the moment, because passing to yourself, usually you have to release the player. But maybe there's a little bit of breathing room there given by the refs.
Well, I saw more a tentative of scoring.
Yeah. But he certainly should have swam forward if it was net hell and pushed the ball back in.
Yeah.
All right, USA moving.
The Swedish leading the score 1-0 against the United States. Oh, we can see rough play.
Call again, out of bounds. Ball broke the surface, and we'll move it back to the American half. And yes, this big pool and this entire tournament is so physical. It takes a huge toll on the bodies of all the players.
Holding.
Was trying to dive down. Even players from Hungary chiming in as well now to watch the Euros, the World Championship. All right, Sweden moving in. Sweden only up by 1 this game.
Yeah, we see the Americans like defending with 4 people around the basket.
Yeah. US America having at least 2 players under the basket at all times and not opening up any space. And it's certainly interesting that the other teams are not able to attack the goalkeeper during this time. So the US certainly have played their strategy really well to have 1 forward fully cover the open end and 1 forward covering the goalkeeper, locking up the ball carrier when he comes in. So their tactics certainly paying off defensively in this tournament. Now Martinsson breaking through. Martinsson coming in. Nobody to pass to the left, has to keep it on the right. Tried to keep the ball open, but now locked up by the defender, moving the ball up. McAllister, but recovered by Säckström. Säckström pass to the left. Poltergard trying to keep it for Sweden. Erik Störstadius waiting to receive the ball behind the basket. USA taking up position again. Looks a bit like the US is playing with 3 defenders and 1 forward. So the defenders rotating around the basket, staying down a little bit longer and then pushing out. Therefore having 1 more man doing it.
Yeah, the thing is the Swedish are well known by taking the defender's position.
Oh yeah, that's a call against.
Just in case.
Nice try, Andreas. Nice try, but the call was also fair play prize goes to, well, not Sweden. Yeah.
And not the US for sure.
Yeah, the Sweden and the US, both of them do not get the fair play prize at this tournament.
No. I heard bad stories from the Australians.
Latin American names in your team that are least likely to get the fair play prize in this tournament if you list the teams are playing. Central Europeans are a bit of rule lawyers, so they usually tend to interpret the rules a bit more tightly. The North certainly used to a bit more aggression in terms of rules, so the rules for water rugby are in some cases not as tight as maybe other sports. Oh, there's place on some
Yeah, the Americans playing too rough.
Choking. That's it. Interesting. Let's see. Let's see if they can do this. Ooh, they are taking up the defender's position. Good call by the goalie to move out a little bit and block him from entering. And shoving. Tim Brown for the US Americans taking up a lot of space. Ball rod. Ball butter refs. Attacking equipment. It's against the United States. Yeah, so talking about rules, rules in underwater rugby are sometimes a bit fluid to give the referees leeway to give advantage to teams, so they do not have to call fouls immediately. They can let the game go on for a little bit, see if the team can take opportunity if they have, if they are being fouled, but still have the opportunity to move forward, and thus creating a bit more open rules. But there are certainly fouls that should be called immediately, and the refs are there to protect the players during a game, since it is a context. Oh, attack on the head, and a lot of choking there. That certainly was a hefty attack from the back on Tim Brown. There's into the corner. Forgot. No, it was Cavaline. Martinson. Persson trying to move in. Cavaline again. Cavaline down. Just looking to
After
the right.
seeing Sweden score so quickly in the first half, I thought they were going to see.
Yeah, I was
more
also
goals in
expecting the game to be way more dominated by Sweden, but the US Americans showing up big time against the Swedish team. I mean, they have taken 5 goals from Germany during this tournament. Germany is surely a top contender, a level above Sweden, I would say, in this tournament. So, halftime break between Sweden and the United States. Sweden up by 1 after a quick score in the beginning of the game. A good Möller by Bergenholzen being shoved in for the lead for Sweden, but the US holding on so well in this game, defending incredibly against the Swedish attacks on their basket, waiting for the opportunity to strike, maybe equalize in this game, 3rd game of the day, in the last day of the Underwater Rugby World Championship here in Montreal, Canada. We go into the halftime, 4 minutes break, and we will be right back. All right. Trying to recover for the United States. Jobs juggling the ball. Nilsson.
Great possibility. Yeah, great. Oh, we see a mask. Oh, and goal. Goal by the Swedish. Something changed in this period. The Americans are not defending anymore with two defenders. Oh. And that defender not seeing his goalie going out of the basket and take the position. Yeah. Yeah, the Americans moving slowly through the Swedish side of the pool. Oh, good interception by the Swedish. And the third goal for the Swedish. As you can see, we don't see more. They are not applying the same strategy, the Americans, unless they are very tired. But we don't see two defenders around the basket. Maybe they are trying to add more people in the attack and risking the defense.
Minutes played, nearly a free throw. Free throw for the United States. Leomana trying to come in onto the Swedish basket, defender in position. The pass picked up by Martinsson. Forsberg. Moving. Keeps it going. Keeps it going. Still going forward. Pass. Fast break for Sweden. Defender is coming in. Martinsson keep going. Oh, good effort to come in. Doesn't get a handle on to the goalkeeper. Ball still being handed by Sweden. Moving in, tried to pass to the left, picked off by the defender, waiting, Galliano.
Matteo taking the ball to the surface. And the American counter-attack being cut by the Swedish.
Yet again, Persson moving in for Sweden. Martinsson from above, 3 players against him, pass. Ooh, ball dropped. Good recovery by Poltrogac, the most magnificent mustache on the Swedish team. Now Victor trying to actively curse teams. I think, Victor, your curse was kind of broken when you jinxed the Austrians last time, but we'll see what the US can bring in this game against Sweden, if they can score. Trying to close up.
Timeout.
Yes, timeout by Sweden.
Oh, seems to be a black timeout.
Oh, US, sorry.
US, yeah.
So we'll see what they will do during this timeout. It's just a bit of breathing room. Maybe players gonna exchange. You can see a player getting ready. Yeah, there's gonna be an exchange on the US-American side. See Tim Brown coming out.
Yeah, the Americans need more fresh people.
And
Mosquera
Mosquera coming in for the US.
Yeah, they've been defending for a very long time and they are struggling now to take the ball out of their side.
Yeah, this type of style of play, locking up your goal with 3 players all the time, and just having one forward, it does take.
Yeah, it allows the other team to attack a lot and takes for sure a toll on your team.
And if you're playing against a team that is maybe not as physically experienced in attacking, this can lock up a game like we've seen against the Australians struggling. They were the more pressing team in the game, but seriously struggling to break through time and time again in the second half yesterday.
There's also an emotional toll when you are being attacked for so long. It's very stressful.
Yeah. Now, US free throw against the United States. US defending. So it take a bit of time until they execute the free throw. Johansson taking up space, Möller position for Sweden. 2 players blocking the goal, the ref blocking the camera. And we can yet again see 2 players trying to move, but now good opportunity to pass the ball to the left. Broken up by the defender, still keeps it going. Pass, Möller position. Tries to lift up the goalie, does have an angle on him, but his arm locked.
The Americans recovered the ball. Oh, that was a hit. Attack to the head by the American, but it wasn't called by the referee. The Americans are still in position of the ball. They're struggling to take the ball out of their side.
It's flickering. All right.
Oh, I saw that. Did you see it? The Swedish player attacking the head of the American. I'm pretty sure this game is getting rougher
Getting
and
a bit
rougher.
more heated.
Yeah.
Ref calm the game down, bringing the teams back to the respective sides. Let's see her call. Getting the refs to her. Certainly discussing the situation at hand. Talking about what they have seen. Tech referee, one of the younger international referees from Colombia, and it's so good to see young people also going for refereeing, bringing new talents in these international tournaments. Also shout out to all the referees here, coming here, doing a good job during the entirety of this tournament.
Yeah, shoot out for them and for the volunteers that are working.
They also
on
have
the
to swim
table.
up and down a lot in this big pool. Yeah, they surely get their swimming in during the last days. So there's a 2-minute penalty for roughing and a free throw for the United States. I think that's a decent call. Seeing the Swedish player attacking the head of the US American. Sweden up by 3, 6-7 minutes to go in this game. It is a 2-minute penalty. They were debating it and now keeping it going. And different signals by the refs. I'm quite unsure. I think the under ref's not certain what they're signaling. I'm pretty sure it's not number 84 sitting out on the bench. Because number 84 is not on the Swedish team. It's number 89. So, Westerlin got himself a 2-minute break. Timeout in the sin bin. '84 has been out the entire game. '89 sitting in the sin bin for 2 minutes. Yet Jens Westerlin with the attack on the head. There's certainly only one player with the number in the 80s on the Swedish team.
6 minutes remaining.
6 minutes remaining and 1 minute to go. Forsberg, Sweden with 5 players in possession of the ball. Poltrugac. Good effort by Persson. Kavalin. See Sweden moving in onto the US basket, keeping the defenders back. 5 minutes to go. 10 seconds left on the power play for the United States, but Sweden playing it down, even attacking the US goal with 5 players in the water. Can even move in, have a good opportunity to score.
The American goalie lifted by the Swedish.
Goalkeeper was already lifted up.
Yeah, but the American defender helping, avoiding that ball getting into the basket.
Now USA moving forward. Forsberg. Spacing. Coming in. 4 minutes to go. Can the United States score against this Swedish offense?
Listen, it is possible, but it doesn't seem that the United States have the what it takes to
grab on the neck,
break through the Swedish defense. One against one.
One-on-one,
a good opportunity
underneath
by
the
the Americans.
Swedish
Oh,
defender.
can he do the pass quick enough? No, he couldn't. And we see the Swedish.
Surely the best
Take
chance
the
the
ball out of
United
the
States
pool,
had all
side
game.
of the pool.
Now Sweden with the fast break. Player has to go up. Moving down, coming in from above. Goalkeeper. Oh, the goalkeeper pulled himself towards the basket with the rim. Coming in again. Persson. Somebody to pass on the back. Oh, well done.
Yeah.
And I think this is Bergenholtz again. Let's see, come Forsberg. Persson, yeah, to number 4, Andreas Bergenholtz.
Yes.
Such a solid player for Sweden. Three minutes to go.
4-0.
4-0 lead for Sweden in this game. And we can see now, over the length of the game, the defense from the US crumbling a little bit. Also, bit of spirit, I think, is gone after you're behind 3 scores, knowing that you most likely will not be able to catch up, seeing how the offense has done so far in this game. So maybe not everybody willing to give 110% at this point in time, staying down there a little bit longer, helping out a little bit more. So some teams kind of accepting their fate, but Sweden certainly still wants to show off what they can do in this game. Coming in, Kavalin. Ball being handled to the right. Bergholtz. Two players waiting. Lund. Möller position, picks it up.
And goal for.
Beautifully done. Classic Möller. Coming in, defender is moving out.
Great technique by the Swedish.
2 players available. Westerlin just bringing the ball, just shoving it quickly to Hatje. And he goes in for the score. 5-0 lead for Sweden.
Somebody told me that this is the Swedish speciality, that kind of goal.
Yeah, the Möller invented in Sweden. They love their technique, and it certainly is a good technique to score if you can steal the basket away. A bit of controversial technique because for a long time they just pushed the knee in between the rim and the goalkeeper. So this was quite often seen as using the ring to create pressure and to create force, whereas using the goal using parts of the goal to score or to help you score is not allowed in underwater rugby. And it certainly also depends on where the referees are coming from. So Nordic referees usually shoving, bit of holding. Yep. See the ref back. So it usually also depends a little bit where the referees are coming from. The Nordic referees allow it more often because they're used to seeing it in the competitions, whereas the Middle European and Southern Europeans are a bit more strict on the execution. So they have shifted from pushing the leg in between the goal and the goalkeeper to lifting the player up with the leg, the goalkeeper up with the leg, and opening a space up, and then shoving the ball in. And this certainly is a very good way to do it. And you also have to be very careful to not lock yourself underneath the ring to stay down, because you have to stay down on your own and are not allowed to hold on to the ring.
And not even touch it though.
All right. Persson moving forward. Bergenholtz again, coming in from above. Forsberg moving in, alone under the goalkeeper. Can move the backside, tries to go for Möller. Ball punched out, ball being brought back in. Hope for Forsberg to still be there. Martinsson. Nine seconds to go in the game. Call. Radorev, basket stolen away. They want to do it one more time.
Oh, some roughing on the surface. The referee calling the two players involved in the game.
Yeah, the captains of the players.
Giving a warning for both of them.
I think they might have been going at each other. You see Kevin Barahona being talked to on the US American side, and also a player from Sweden.
2 minutes out for the American.
I don't think there were 2 minutes for anybody. I think they were just 2 minutes.
No, not expulsion.
7 seconds to go in the game. Ball above the basket. Ball drops back down. Recovered by the US. And there we go.
That is it for the
The US
game.
Americans in blue versus Sweden in white. Sweden taking away the game for place number 5 and 6.
Yeah, the Swedish taking the 5th place in the tournament, and the US being relegated to the 6th position.
Well done by both teams. Very strong defense from the United States during the first half. But Sweden taking it away with a very early score in the first half, but then long stretches of back and forth, and Sweden picks it up in the end. You can see their experienced players, Begenholtz, coming in for them 3 times, scoring for them, being underneath the basket. Good game by those. Certainly not the fair play trophy awarded for both teams, but still a very fun and exciting game. Well done by both teams. A bit of a break, and we will be back with Sweden versus Denmark on the female side. We'll see those teams were even in the groups, going 0-0, so we'll see who of them can pick up the game this time.